What is good, everyone? Welcome back to Sheer Thoughts, man. Hope you all doing amazing. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. Do apologize. Last week we didn't get a chance to post a video. A little technical difficulties, but it is what it is. It happens. Things happen. You keep pushing forward. You keep pushing, moving on. That's all that matters. You always gotta look forward. You always gotta keep pushing forward. As you guys already know, we're here with the lovely Miss Soni Panda. How you doing, girl? How's everything?
Hey. Yeah, all good today. Yeah, I can't complain. Good start to the week. So we're just praying it stays that way.
Hey, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
I mean, a good start to the week is always nice. That's always a good thing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
again, it's just like anything else. You got to keep pushing forward. That's it, and
Mm-hmm.
everything it keeps coming out. That's how it's gonna be. Positive affirmation, positive energy. Well, you and I always talk about
Yep.
this. You just keep grinding. You just keep pushing. That's what matters.
Yep.
Um, but Miss Sony, as always, funny enough, we don't try to do this. Somehow we wind up doing this, which is too funny to me. Clearly you're rocking, from the looks of it, like a tan pair. Same here, maybe
Mm-hmm.
not so much depending on the lighting, but what you rocking? Because yours looking nice and smooth. I don't know. They don't got a lot of shine, but they're looking like almost like a matte finish. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Well, it's funny you said it because they're supposed to be shiny.
Oh,
So,
well.
but I will say we are matching
uh,
because I like the whole navy blue vibe and tan, blue and tan.
gotta love it. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just getting ready for summer here, man. I just
Yo,
want to take this off and get ready
oh
for
my
summer.
god, I
So,
hear you. I hear you.
mm,
I'm so
mm,
ready. I'm so ready, bro. Like, oh my god, dude, I can't.
yeah,
Like,
trust me.
and
That's what
and
I mean.
it's
It's like, oh god.
no, I was just gonna say it's funny that I'm noticing, because I always do this every single year. That now that we're in February, I'm noticing that the sun is staying out a little longer, and I'm like, you're coming. She's
Mhm.
coming, baby. Let's fucking go. I'm ready for this shit, dude.
Mhm.
I'm tired of this fucking cold, man. Like, I just can't, dude. It's aggravating. It's irritating.
I know. I know. I hear that because I was gonna say like I'm finally getting back into nudes again. I'm finally like, I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting here in terms of like good weather, just so I can wear 10 deniers more without having to like layer them up.
Nah,
But
they're not
yeah. But
De
yeah.
Niro at that point anymore. They're
Mhm. They're like 30.
it's crazy, bro. It's wild, man. This cold be like we've
I
said
know.
before. It's that type of cold that hits the bones, and you're like, this just doesn't feel nice. Like, I'm just over this.
Mhm.
Like, I'm good.
Mhm. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. But
um,
anyway, yeah, right. Going back
I
to your
was
actual original question.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the so I'm not pleased with this pair.
Okay.
So these are the CDR Samburu, the little spin-off that they
Oh,
have.
okay, yeah.
Is it the new Saint Tropez one in obviously Moreno, um, in a medium size, and I've got a huge ladder in them. Huge
No.
lad. So I got them on this morning, right?
Yeah.
Because I've layered them up and everything today. I've messed around with them today.
Of course.
And I got them on with hosiery gloves because I was like, oh, my nails are getting a bit long. I do need to like tidy them up a little bit and whatever. And so I was like, yeah, I definitely need to wear gloves. Got like literally rolled them on. So it happened at the front. I literally had to take them off and turn them around because I was like, there's no way I'm having a huge ladder at the front of my legs. Honestly, it literally happened like here. It was the most smallest little snag and smallest hole,
Yeah.
then just went boom. And then that
That's
was
so
it. It was a
crazy.
huge ladder. So yeah, it's on this leg. I don't know if you can see it without exposing too much, but yeah,
That's
it's
so.
like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my god.
horrible. I was like, no, I need to switch it around. Then I don't get how long the ladder is because it's I can't see it until I turn around. But I'm not impressed. Not impressed.
That's not fun. That's never fun.
Mhm.
That's never
Mhm.
fun. Damn,
Mhm.
bro, that's crazy. That's a shame
Honestly,
too.
I was mortified because I was the first time. I was like, oh, I'm layering with them. They're doing really well, great. And then like I was like, hold on a second, what the hell is this? When I look down and I'm like, really? You're gonna do me dirty like that? Oh, I was like, okay, so somebody's gonna get hurt today. So no, I won't go that far. I won't go that far. But yeah. Anyway,
Oh
moving on to
god.
you, Chugs. Moving on to you. What are you wearing today?
I mean, I'm just rocking a typical, regular, just sheer legs energy suntan pair. I
Nice.
figured I'd throw it on. Like you said, I'm ready for summer, bro. Just get the little summer vibe going. give myself a
Mm.
tan in a sense. It's not a bad feeling, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for the heat, bro. I'm ready for the beautiful days. Oh God, dude.
Yeah.
I'm you know what it is for me? I'm ready for the days. Because this is my biggest thing. I'm ready for the days that it'll be 11 p.m. and it's still nice out.
Mm.
I don't gotta worry about
Yeah.
freezing, bro. Cause
Yeah.
let me tell you, man, in the winter, when the sun is out on a cold day, all right, sun's hitting you feels okay. But at night,
Mm.
oh God, bro, that darkness, that cold, like there's just no heat from the sun,
It's
bro.
just grim.
It'll get to you, man. It's and this is and it's such an annoying thing for me because during the summer I love stargazing. I love looking at like a beautiful open
Yeah.
sky in the summer, but because of the humidity, it's like it's still like it's still musty in the air, so it's not like super clear. But then I'm so torn because in the winter, because there's no humidity, the air is so clean, that a night sky is like gorgeous. Like when
Yeah.
there's no cloud in the sky, like during the winter, like oh my God, at night it's the most beautiful stargazing you can see. But it's freezing. I'm like I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm just over it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh
I hear that. I hear that. God. I don't like the cold.
no,
But it's okay. We're not gonna focus on the cold today. It's
no,
okay.
you're
We're
right.
not gonna focus on the cold.
You're right.
Yeah. We're summer vibing in here today.
That's right.
So.
We feeling the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we feeling summery. Let's get it going. All right.
Yep.
So
Yep. Get layers off and everything.
I'm saying right. Just feel good. Feel good. What was I gonna say? Oh, Sony, I know you said you had a topic for us today, so I was gonna say let's get into
Yes.
that. Let's talk about it. What you got for us, girl?
Yeah. So today, right. So after many conversations with a lot of different walks of life, and not animals though, I thought we could talk heels today because I have had many people ask me, Sony, you like to wear a lot of heels. My heels collection is huge. But also, I do like to dabble in some flat shoes too, and trainers and boots and stuff like that too. And yeah, we were having some very interesting conversations as to like the different types of heels, different heel heights, um, obviously what it means for your legs, what it can do for your legs, and then like if I'm honest, the practicality of flats, and once again, what they do for you, what they do for your legs and everything and whatnot. So I just thought it'd actually be a really cool topic to bring
So
to the pod today, to be
so
honest.
we talk about shoes today. Okay, we do a little shoe talk. All right then. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay then.
Mhm.
I mean, Sony. First things first. They're called sneakers, not trainers. Just want to throw it out there. So that's.
Chucks, I want to keep it positive today.
Girl, that's
Don't
what
let me come for you.
no, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure in a positive manner that we say the right proper terms. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it. Y'all talk a little funny. It's okay.
Our UK listeners and viewers, they are trainers.
Okay, let's be real though. I think it's like America's the only place that calls it sneakers because I've even heard like other people who speak English from like other countries still say trainers. Like trainers, I think is like
Really?
it's like a European thing. I think like I think we're the only people who actually say sneakers. So it's like
Oh.
it's dumb, but
Okay.
it's always
Enough said there.
it's always funny to mess with Sony and the words, bro. We got two different cultures out here. We got US versus UK,
Yeah.
bro. We're always gonna have this. It's fine, just like it's called French
Mhm.
just like it's called French fries, not chips, it's called a sandwich, not a chicken burger. It's stupid. I get it. It's all right, but it's okay, no, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going.
We're trying to keep it positive. Positive is the hashtag for today. Positive.
I like that.
Don't mess with me,
Hashtag.
Chucks.
Bro, she just said
Don't do
positive.
it today.
She just said positive, and Sony was like,
But being positive.
So this is true. You do have quite a big heels collection. That's for a fact. If anyone's ever seen your page, you definitely rock a whole. And girl, if you had to guess, how many pairs of heels do you think you have right now?
So, okay, so if I'm honest, I've sold quite a few recently.
Okay, no, fair enough.
So before I'd sold everything, yeah, definitely over 100. Probably 150 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. At one point, I was touching about 200 at one point, and then I was
hell
like,
you
"Oh,
keep
this is
them all?"
ridiculous." this is the question. This is
Like,
this this is why I have to sell some shoes off to make room for the new ones that are
oh,
coming
the
through.
more that are coming, you know. Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
so. All right,
Trust me.
so I want to say, I think we should start off with sneakers, trainers, because obviously I don't wear heels. Not gonna lie, I've
Yeah.
always been tempted to try a pair of heels, but mainly we'll get into it then. But mainly is because it is unreal what heels can do to your legs. I never
Oh
thought
yeah.
that could be a thing. I never thought that that's like such a difference. But we'll get into that. But for sneakers though, for me, because obviously I'm not a sneakerhead as I always say. I don't follow sneakers like that. I don't
Mm.
buy the most expensive pairs. I just can't. I'm too much of a dancer. I'll fucking ruin them. Like I can't do it. But I will say for me, even though I'm not very, very big into sneakers, there are some sneakers that I really love. There's some sneakers that I really like. I'd probably have to say my top 3 brands, because I can't even say like a top 5 for me. I probably would say a top 3 brands for me have to be Nike,
Mm.
Puma. I love Puma.
Humor.
And I knew it. I knew she was gonna say some shit. I fucking knew she was gonna say some shit, because this isn't the fucking first time that I've heard from someone from the UK go Puma. What? Puma. That's it.
Yeah, like Nike. It's Nike.
Nike. Got it. Cool. Anyway, moving forward. Uh, and Adidas. Adidas.
Yes, Adidas.
Adidas.
Oh my god. What the hell is Adidas?
Adidas.
There's too many E's in that. Why are you putting more E's into it, Adidas, when there's no E's in the first place?
There's I's, and there's another way to pronounce an I. Adidas. I don't know what the issue is.
No.
Okay?
No, you pronounce I as
yeah,
I.
yeah, just no. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
No. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. I can't. So I would have to say those 3 are like my top ones. I would say the most that I wear of though is Puma, just because I got a recent pair of theirs that were like very different than like typical ones. I really like those. But then I always loved, like, I don't know. I always think Puma is such a classic looking shoe. Like, it's a sneaker, but can still go with like certain looks. Like, you could rock it on a night out. You could rock it with a casual look. I've always liked, and then obviously as a dancer's perspective, Pumas are very light. They're not heavy sneakers.
Yeah.
So of course they're great to move in. Not the best support, of course, but it's the fact that they're still light, so they still go really good. But the other thing is too, though, which is something I learned, especially from doing photography, from working with like models and stuff. You never want to wear stuff that is covering your ankles because it makes your legs look shorter. That's something I learned. So I've never been very big into high tops because I'm already like not tall. That I'm like, I don't want to wear a type of sneaker that's just gonna make me look shorter. So I would have to probably say the highest I go is a mid top, which would be like a Nike Air Force One. There's like the Air Force Ones, low, mids, and highs. If I were to wear an Air Force One, I would wear like a low. But if I wear, the reason why I like Air Force Air Maxes from Nike is just because they kind of give me a little bit of height, so that it's obviously a nice feeling.
Oh yeah.
But they're like a mid sneaker, but not really mid. So I don't know. I've always loved how Air Max 90s specifically look. Always been a big fan of them. Always loved how they are. I think they're like a very versatile sneaker, but they're kind of heavy, So I'm always like torn in between that whole feeling. But yeah, I mean, from a guy's perspective, from my perspective with like sneakers, I don't know, bro. There are certain sneakers out there that I just feel like wouldn't look good on me either because I have bigger legs. I have thicker legs. Like Converses, I don't think Converse would ever look good on me because Converse is like a very narrow sneaker. So it's like, for me to wear a Converse and then it's like with my thick ass legs, I'd be like, I'd look like I got chicken feet. It'd be weird. Like, I don't know. But that's just me. You know what I mean? So, and then with flats, in a sense, like obviously, like I guess a guy's version of a flat is just like a dress shoe, I guess you would say. But I can't really. I don't know, bro. I would wear a dress shoe for like certain events, like a wedding, things like that. But for me, it's just like I'm not into dress shoes like that either. But I know don't get me wrong. I know there's some really nice dress shoes out there. There's some nice dress shoes that I've seen that I'm like, okay, like you could definitely rock that with like anything, and it's nice. But for me, they're just not that comfortable. I don't know. I can't get used to a dress shoe. They're not too nice for me. but from your perspective, Sony, for like sneakers and flats, like what do you usually go for? What's your style? Would you say?
Do you know what? I rock a bit of everything because I think I like to obviously coordinate with my outfits and stuff
True,
and
true.
whatever looks better. Even though sometimes it's like I'm going kind of outfit versus practicality, and you think, well, you think practicality, but actually, I mean, the thing is, so like obviously, I dabble in a lot of boots in terms of like Doc Martens, Timberlands,
Oh, word.
and stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah, and like they're like and yeah, I'll still rock them with dresses and stuff. It's one of
Hmm.
those I like that vibe. But for me, it's like I've got into flats a little bit more. So especially since COVID, the fact that obviously I wasn't wearing heels a lot. Um, and obviously naturally I wasn't going to work and it was mainly working from home, XYZ and whatever. So yes, and naturally I got into flats, and especially being in central London, now I get the whole thing. When someone's not from London, when you see them walking around in heels and nicer shoes, you can tell when someone's from London because they're in flats. It doesn't matter how nice that outfit is and whether they're going out, they're in some sort of trainer. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing here as well in London. It's like even when they go out, they'll be dressed up, but they'll have like a pair of flat shoes on or some trainers on or boots on. You won't find them in heels. And you only think that's a bit weird, but it's I understand it though because of the fact that people are always on the move a lot, and naturally everybody's rapid in London,
Hmm.
and I think that's the whole thing. It's you're actually going for practicality versus because it looks good. So yeah, it is just I dabble a lot more in flats now, and I think, but you are right, and it's exactly how you say it, it's finding the right flat for you. It's like
Hmm.
yeah, I can't do high tops because they make my legs look chunkier than they are, and they make me look shorter than what I actually am.
Yeah.
Versus like Converses where they actually make my legs look great. And I look very proportionate.
Yeah.
And same with like flat shoes with us, whether it be like ballet pumps, loafers, whatever you call it. It's finding the right shape for
Hmm.
you because it's when I've done rounded flats, they make my feet look smaller. They don't make my ankles look nice. It's just they're very disproportionate. Whereas if I've gone for like pointed flats or like little peep toe ones, they work so much better because they actually flow my legs quite well. And so it is. It's just it's very interesting how footwear can actually change your leg shape. Not change it, but make it look
Yeah.
very. You know how we
It's
talk about tights when you go matte versus a shiny
of
finish,
course, yes.
how it changes. It's pretty much the same thing with footwear.
Which is so crazy because I would never have thought of that. Like I mean,
Yeah.
granted, yeah, I'm a guy, so I don't wear flats, of course. Obviously, I don't wear heels or whatever, but it is fascinating to me how it's like, bro, like even the littlest thing of just the type of shoes you wear could make a difference on how you
Oh
look
yeah.
visually. Not saying it's gonna physically change you, but just how you can look visually. It's crazy to me.
Mm,
Like that's such a minute detail that I don't think anyone would ever really think of. Probably females more because obviously women usually care more about the fashion and like what they dress, how they
mm.
look, how things go together, and this and that, which is understandable. Um, but like I can't say from a guy's perspective. I'm talking about from my perspective because I know a lot of guys who, I literally I know guys that will literally color coordinate their sneakers to their outfit, to a
Oh
shirt, to
yeah.
this, to that, which I get. I respect that. I'm just not like that because I just don't care about fashion like that. I'm always gonna be honest about
Mm.
that. Trying to switch up my looks a little bit this year, trying out some new different things. I'm probably gonna wind
Nice.
up wearing something that I'm not gonna be the biggest fan of, but it's all good. We're going to push through. Um,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh, for anyone wondering, it's that I've always said I will never in my fucking life ever wear cowboy boots, and I feel like at
And he's
some
gonna
point,
this year.
this year you're gonna see me in some cowboy boots. I'm gonna fucking hate it, but we gonna see. Fuck it, try something new. Why not?
Mm.
But it's like I always tell everyone, bro. It's just that I dress, and it sounds stupid when I say this, but I dress as a dancer, meaning I'm gonna wear more of an XL shirt, not so much a form fitting. I'm gonna wear
Mm.
like not baggy pants, but just like wider pants that have space for my legs.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna wear shoes that I can possibly dance in because I'm just always ready to dance. So that's the way I dress. Um, I do want to kind of expand it, try out different things, give different things a shot, just because the fact that you never know. I mean, yes, of course, I don't always got to dance, but I always walk around thinking like, well, you never know, I might dance at any time. But at the same time, I especially now that I'm turning, oh my god, I'm turning 35 this year. Kind of figured, let's switch it up, man. Let's try something a
Yeah.
little different. Um, try out some different looks, try out some different shoes that I've never tried before, see how it goes. I swear to God, bro, if I
Mm.
if I look good in cowboy boots, I'm gonna hate myself. I'm letting you know this right now, Sony. I'm going to hate myself, bro. If I
I'm
look
just
at
gonna
my
be loving every
if
second.
I look at myself in these cowboy boots and I go, damn, I look a little good. I'm gonna hate myself. I'm genuinely gonna hate myself. I'm not gonna like it. And the next, you see me in cowboy boots like 3 times a week. I'm gonna hate myself,
Yep.
but I'm still gonna be
Yep.
standing there going, but I look good. Like I just,
Yep.
oh, I hate it. But okay, so it's interesting that you say that with the flats though, with like a rounded flat. It's funny because I've always thought a pointed flat looks funny. I don't know why, but then
Mm.
because I guess in my brain, because this is how my brain works and I'm weird, I feel like if you're wearing a pointed shoe, it's because it's a heel. So I feel like there's no point of wearing a pointed shoe as a flat.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now that you're saying it, the reason why you're saying it, it's like, okay, I can see it. That makes sense. That's understandable. That totally makes sense. So then I gotta ask you, Sony, because obviously for me, there, don't get me wrong, there are guys out there who wear heels. Let me tell you, the guys out there who wear heels, nothing but respect to y'all, because I'm always
Oh, we're proud of you.
bro, I've always said it. I always said that, like, if I were to walk in a pair of heels, I'm so afraid that I would snap an ankle, especially because I dance.
Yeah.
You know how mad I would be if I couldn't dance, because I was like, oh, let me try these pair of heels, and I fucking bust my ass. I'd be so mad. But yet, someone told me one time, which was really funny. One of my followers goes, bro, you'd probably walk really good in heels. I go, why? He goes, because you are a dancer. You have balance. And I was like, oh, that makes
Mm.
sense. I was like, that
That's
makes
the
sense.
point.
Like that,
Yeah.
that's a very good point. So I think one day I might have to try a pair of heels. We go and see, just to, why
Mhm.
not? Just to give it a shot, just to see how it is. Fuck it, bro. Why not?
Yeah.
It is what it is. See how it is. Give it a shot. But again though, I do think a fascinating thing about heels though is the fact that is that visualization they can give of your legs. So
Mm.
from me that I kind of know a little bit about heels, I've always said, and this is just how I see it, I always think pumps look really nice, or stilettos. I don't know what you call them, or pumps or stilettos. I know they can go differently or whatever.
Yeah.
I do think pumps are very nice heels, and the reason being why is because I think they have a very nice shape to them. And I think they always have like a nice looking heel to them. I always think red bottoms look nice because just of
Oh, yeah.
how the elegance of them. But from what I've always heard about red bottoms, that they hurt a lot apparently. Uh,
Mhm.
and I always think wedges are like a cute little heel.
Yeah.
I always think wedges are like a nice little heel, but they're not too much on your feet. But still work with certain looks. But of course, this
Yeah.
is just coming from my perspective. Obviously, some guys could feel different. Other guys like other heels. But from a woman's perspective, what are your favorite types of heels? And like, why is it like that you love heels so much? Because for having such a big collection, there's got to be a reason why you love them.
Yeah.
So like, what would you say is your reasons?
So mine's is one, obviously gives me height. But you
Fair
love
enough.
a bit of
Touche.
height.
Touche. Well, because how
Um,
tall are you again?
can I not disclose that? Because I feel really short if I say it. Obviously, I'm 5 foot, but I won't say how many inches.
If I had to guess, I'd say like 5'4".
Oh yeah. Oh, well done you.
Let's
Well
go.
done you. Hey. Damn it. But yeah, like so for me, obviously it adds height.
Fair enough. Okay.
I also like obviously different colors to go with my outfits. But one thing I do love is the different types of heels, like how you mentioned, you got stiletto, you've got platform, you've got block, you've
Yeah.
got wedge, you've got kitten, you've got obviously slingback type. There's
A
so
lot.
many different types.
There's a lot.
That's not even all of them. And then not only that, you've got different shapes. So you've got like the rounded toe, you've got the almond toe, you've got the pointed toe, you've got, you've got peep toe, you've got all these different shapes. And this is the thing, each and every one kind of changes your leg shape in a sense, or changes. So, for instance, you can have the exact same outfit on,
Hmm.
but just say if you try different heel height or a different kind of heel type or a different kind of shoe type, like, if you did a wedge versus a slingback versus a rounded toe versus a peep toe, you're gonna get a very different look either way. And naturally, it's like even like the front of your leg changes. That's why they say sometimes, oh, if you go for like the court shoe type, obviously you only get that little bit at the front, and then obviously all the
Hmm.
rest of the foot looks bare. Um, Versus obviously when all your foot is covered, it just gives you a different look. And then
No,
not
yeah,
only
that's
that,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it's just honestly, it can really change your outfit in so many ways. And even like the biggest thing for me is like heel height. So you got like
Mm.
low, mid, high, very high. And it's like how I said before, they change your leg shape. It's like I've noticed when I'm in obviously very high, oh, my legs are looking fire. But when I've done mid, and there are times I've done mid,
Yeah, yeah.
honestly, my legs feel chunkier. They actually do feel slightly
Interesting.
chunky. They don't look as sleek and slim as they do in a really high heel, like a stiletto, or what even if it's wedges or something, and I've done really
Right.
high wedges, oh, they still look fire. But when I've gone for a lower heel, when I go for a lower heel, it does change your leg shape. But then also it's very dependent on your height. If you're naturally a very tall person, like 5'7" and above,
Yeah.
you can get away with practically anything because it's not going to change what you're kind of showing. Whereas like short people have to think about the length of their dresses or skirts, like,
Oh,
how
yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of
No, that makes
looks
sense. Yeah.
proportionate to your body. So it's very much proportions that you're working with, but there's a lot more shorter people have to think about
Yes.
versus your tall model. Your model, like, like Victoria's Secret models and GQ models and everything, they can pull anything off because they have the height
And that makes
versus
sense. Yes.
somebody who is shorter.
And that makes so much
Yeah.
sense because yeah, realistically, it's like if so you at your height compared to a girl who's 5'10", if both y'all wear the
Yeah.
exact same dress, your dress is naturally going to sit lower on you than her because she has the
Yeah.
legs for it. That makes so
Yeah.
much sense. So that's why it's obvious that,
Yeah.
damn, that's so true because then realistically, it's like both of you guys could be wearing the exact same dress, but like she could possibly wear a pair of flats and it'll still go great because she has the height for it. Where
Yeah.
you would realistically have to wear a pair of heels to really make it look better because then it gives you that height. That's so crazy,
Yeah.
bro. It's crazy how it's just
Yeah.
those little details. That's so wild.
I know, right?
Holy
I
shit, that's
know.
so wild. And
Yeah.
it's funny how you were saying because and it's so true when you were saying before about the whole like when you could tell someone in London is like from London and not from London. It's the same thing with the city where I the countless amount of business women who walk around New York City in sneakers or flats in
Mhm.
like the most professional attire. It's funny because they gotta walk. So there's no way in hell
Yeah.
they're walking 17 city blocks in a pair of high heels. They're gonna walk
Yeah.
around in their sneakers. They're gonna walk around in some flats. The moment they get to the office, they change it. That's how it is,
Yep.
and it makes sense. Because, but now, okay.
Mhm.
So this is a question that I've always wondered. When you do wear heels as a woman, what like I'm assuming it's obviously depending on the heel, like you said, and this and that. Where do you feel the most pressure when you're walking though? Because it's like the way your foot is angled,
Yeah.
it obviously doesn't look comfortable. But then someone one time told me that if you wear a very skinny heel, you really feel it like in your actual heel. So I was like, oh, like that sounds painful. But then I don't know. That's what someone told me one time. But then I would assume because the way your foot is angled and the way the shape is when you're walking, I figured you would feel a lot of pressure on the balls of your feet because the way you're walking. So that's why I've always wondered, like, where would you say the most, discomfort or pain comes in if you are wearing heels?
That's a very good question. And I say that because I went out on Saturday, and you best believe I was raving out on the sofa because my heel, oh my God, my feet were killing. But it doesn't help obviously the fact that like, so this is the thing. So yeah, when you do wear stilettos,
Mhm.
I can't say I've ever felt it in my actual heel, but naturally it's on the balls of your foot because your foot is pretty much
That's what I
like this.
thought. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
what I
mean?
thought. Okay.
So unless you've got a platform, then naturally it'll probably, your foot is not so
Gotcha.
bad.
Okay,
Your foot
okay.
is just. it's okay. It's bearable. Like you could probably last a lot longer. But I think, but this is the thing as well, because even I was talking to some of my girls that night as well, saying like, oh my God, like actually one of these chicks had the right idea. Because she had like some really nice gold sandals, but they were a platform and they were a block heel. So naturally, platform, your feet aren't so, but even with a block heel, um, it helps take a lot of the strain off, because naturally when you're in a stiletto, there's, you've got to balance really well, like your balance has to
Oh,
be
of
on point.
course, I can imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
versus like a block heel, you've got more surface area, do you know what I mean? So you can actually lean on your heel, so it's not all on the balls of your foot, kind of in a way.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, but there are little hacks. Like I can't say I've tried them, but minus one. So one of them that I've done is you can get like little cushion pads for like the balls of your feet. They're like little gel ones, but
Hmm.
if I'm honest, they don't really do
Yeah.
much. Especially if you're gonna go out for a night out, you're gonna be dancing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No. Um,
Like it'll
but there's
probably
another
help,
thing.
but like eventually
Yeah,
it's like, bro,
not for long.
I ain't feeling shit anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, what's your purpose? Why
yeah.
why are you here? But one of the ones that I haven't yet tried, but I've had, no, two I haven't yet tried, but I've had very mixed reviews about. So the first one is taping two of your toes together, because apparently they're apparently there's nerves in there that basically end up hurting your feet when you're in heels. So if you tape them together, it's either like, is it the toe next to your big toe, and basically these two, if you
Yeah,
tape these two
yeah, yeah, yeah.
together,
Realistically, yeah.
um, I think that's the one. And then also you can get like it's like an ibuprofen spray, like, or like it's like a
Interesting.
painkiller spray,
Yeah, yeah.
and you spray it all over your foot. And apparently, some people swear by it. But then the only con about that is that ain't good for your feet, because
Oh,
the thing is,
yeah, I can
naturally,
imagine. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's like your feet could be in pain for like hour. Like for instance, you could be in these heels
Oh,
for like say
yeah.
6 hours. Naturally, your feet would be in pain for probably 3 or 4 if you're dancing, right? But you ain't gonna feel it. And if I'm honest, that's knackering up your feet. Because even if because naturally, when you're in pain, you sit down, you take the weight off your feet,
Yeah, of
and you
course.
try and do the best you can. But if you're blocking and numbing the pain, in the long run,
And
that
just
ain't good. If you're
push.
doing it
Yeah, no,
once,
yeah.
yeah.
Because then it's
So
like
it
you're
is
pushing
kind
through
of,
it.
yeah. So I'm kind of reluctant to. I would like to try it, but I'm very reluctant to do it, because you can imagine. Because like naturally, the day after, oh yeah, my feet were hurting, and you
Oh,
think, oh
yeah.
okay, like look, like I've got to do some stretches, just try and
Hmm.
stretch it out, and naturally you feel better. But it is, imagine like the day after, you've not felt any of that pain. Your feet are probably gonna be in agony the next
Yo,
morning
yeah.
trying to get out of bed.
Like
So
once
it is
once all
just,
that settles in, you gonna be like, oh, like it's it's
mm,
it's like if you go to the gym and you do a leg workout, or you do like oh my god, I'll never forget it. It's like one time I worked out with one of my friends, and he showed me this technique, and he was like, dude, your arm's gonna hurt the next day. And I was like, oh, it's like I'll
yeah.
stretch, I'll do whatever. I literally will never forget it, that I woke up the next day and I was laying in bed like this, and I literally went to go just bend my arms, and I literally woke up and I went, oh, was like,
Yeah,
oh, I couldn't move. Like, it was crazy.
yeah.
So that makes sense. And that is so dangerous too,
Mm,
because yeah, bro, it's like, oh yeah, I'm blocking out the pain, I'm cool. But that means you're still just doing more damage to yourself without realizing, and it's so dangerous. That's so bad,
mm,
bro. That's so bad. Oh my
yeah.
god.
So it is, a part of me does want to try it just for the sake of trying it. But then at the same time, it's like I said, I'm only doing it for trying it. It's not something that I
No,
would
yeah.
actually do when I'm going for a night out or something. Like, no, like actually listen to your body. If you do need to sit down for 3 hours and rave off a sofa, you do so.
Hey man. There's
So,
nothing wrong with turning up, sitting down. Let's go. Right here.
oh
All night.
yeah.
All night.
Some of my best moves came from sitting down. I'm
What
like,
the hell?
oh,
Yeah, bro. You never know. You be
yeah.
figuring out. Listen, man. When if you were standing up dancing, that's one thing. But when you sitting down and dancing, you're still trying to get it. You gonna learn some moves. You gonna figure it
Oh
out.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
um,
yeah.
fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So I think that's a good way to end it for today, guys. I think that was a great
Yeah.
conversation. We learned some things. Um, I think for one of our Patreon episodes, we might have to do a heels review, or like a heel try on, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll try some too, because why not? If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it right,
Of
just to
course.
see. Uh, I gotta say though, I'm not gonna lie. I have thought about this. My calves are
Okay.
crazy. I can only imagine how my calves are gonna look with a pair of heels on.
Oh, trust me.
I'm just
Trust
saying,
me.
bro. There's got to be some sort of difference.
Oh, trust me.
So
Trust me.
I ain't
When
gonna
you
lie,
got
bro.
high, very high.
I'm saying, bro. I'm curious, bro. I'm curious just to see how it would
Mm-hmm.
look. I can't lie. So it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be interesting. But yes, guys, we appreciate y'all as always, man. Much love. God bless. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. And since we are doing these questions at the end of our episodes now, just stay tuned, guys, and give it. We're gonna end it here for the pod, but if you just stick around, we're gonna answer some of y'all questions. So until next time, guys, we
Mm-hmm.
appreciate y'all. Much love as always. God bless, man. We love y'all. Thank you, guys, as always. We'll see you guys next time. Welcome, guys, to the question section over here. That kind of rhymes. Question section. I don't know. It might have to be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm dumb. Don't judge me. But yes, guys. So a little thing that we wanted to start doing as well for the pod, just answering some questions that you guys always ask. We're always going to be asking during the week. Obviously, if the question is a little too much, it's a little too deep, we could do them on Patreon as well. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But of course, guys, we'd always love. I mean, I always love random questions. I always love random topics, just because. Always love having a great conversation. But I'm going to hand it over to Soni because she's the one in charge of the questions. She's the one who runs that section for us. So we're going to hear from her, girl. So what you got for us? What we starting off with?
Okay. So first question we've got is any tips on how to get started wearing heels? Which I thought was actually a pretty good question.
Bro, literally the episode we just did is about heels.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I
So I
know.
mean, that's all you, Sony. Obviously, again, I don't know much about heels. I mean, I from a guy's perspective. Okay, let me not say guys because I want to speak for everybody. From my perspective, I would say if you're gonna start getting into heels, now this is just me. Obviously, if you have any disagreement, Sony, of course, you know better than I do, way better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I would say if you've never really worn heels and you're about to get into heels, a common sense thing from my perspective, as I say, I would say start with like a shorter heel, right? Like start with something a little lower, get the feel for it, and then I guess maybe mess around from there.
So yeah, so I definitely vouch for what you're saying. So definitely, so if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna start off with stilettos, which fair play if you're gonna, I'd definitely say yeah, go for a short to mid heel. So like you're looking for a kind of like a kitten heel, um, nothing too drastic.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously walk around your place with them before you start
Oh,
going
that's
out and
smart.
about.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. So whether it be like, but do it on different textures. So walk on like wooden flooring, walk on tiles, walk on carpets. Because naturally on carpets, you're gonna have need to have like a little bit more balance.
Which I would
Um,
figure, yeah, I would figure on a carpet you'd have
yeah,
because the way it sinks in, it's gonna feel you off.
yeah,
But that's actually interesting to me. I would never have thought there's a difference between wood and tile. To me, it's just a hard floor. I wouldn't think there's a difference in the
yeah,
feel. That's interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
It just gives you. Do you know what it is? Because before you, the amount of I say this with experience as well. Because the amount of times I've gone out in stilettos, right, and I catch them in pavements. I catch them in those
Oh shit.
little gaps.
Okay.
And it total and the amount of times I've saved myself. There's sometimes I haven't saved myself and my shoes come flying right off.
No
And
way.
there's a couple of times where literally I've stood in mid motion and I'm like, go back, lean back, go pick
Go.
up your phone, go back. And literally, honestly, so it's just I always say practice as much as you can. But flip side to it is if you can get yourself for like a pair of espadrilles or like a pair of wedges, and wedges you can get in so many different heights, like mid heel, high heel, they're probably better as well. So if you did want to start gradually going higher before you go into stilettos, because naturally you get some stilettos without a platform, some with, I'd probably say if you're going to work up to a higher heel, go for a wedge because naturally you're gonna have the height. You can get different wedges in terms of they go start off thick and then go quite slim, or naturally it's just a big thick one. So it's you're experimenting with different types as well. So I definitely say get a few of those as well, just to once again try around at home before going out and about, and even before going out and about. If you've got a garden or somewhere, not or driveway or something, test your heels out there as well because naturally you need to be able to get your balance on like cobblestones, on paving
Oh
stones,
shit.
on
Yeah.
gravel, you know, grass is a whole nother experience. Yeah, this is what I mean. Especially when you're working with stilettos, there's so much to it. So I
That
think it
makes
is
sense. Yeah, that
try
makes a lot
different
of sense.
heels.
That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense, especially because I can only imagine, bro, trying to walk. Because stilettos are like skinny heels, right? Like they're naturally
yeah,
skinny.
they're the thin ones.
Dude, I can't even imagine trying to walk on grass in a stiletto heel. Your heel's gonna sink in every single time. There's no way.
Yeah, unless you've got good enough balance where you don't allow your back, like your heel, to actually sink in. So, but that's the thing
That
is, you're not
that
gonna get
sounds
it
like
right the first time.
that sounds like work, bro. Like trying to
Yeah,
process to be like, okay, I'm gonna walk with my heel toe, barely use my heel, focus. Like what? Like there's a lot.
yeah.
There's a lot.
Mm-hmm. But it's what I mean, and it's just there's so. I think the beauty about heels is the fact that there's so many different types that you can work with. Naturally, stiletto is always nicer, but the thing is, even with block, it's like how we said in our episode, like block is great in terms of actually distributing balance well. So you're not having to
Mm,
like jiggle yourself around everywhere. You actually are quite steady with a block. So yeah, definitely experiment with different heel heights. Always start off short, work your way. And then once you're comfortable enough with working with like a mid heel, then I would say definitely start trying different types, like a block, a wedge. Yeah, go to a higher stiletto if you want to go to a higher stiletto, and go from there really. So
interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Next question, which is a totally turn up. We're turning up here. Have you both ever tried PVC or latex? If so, which do you prefer?
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the difference between PVC and latex is. I mean, I know what latex is, but PVC, I'm not entirely
Mm.
sure. I can't think. Is that? I don't know. I don't know what PVC is. Um, so obviously I've never tried either. That's my thing. But I mean, another big thing is I don't think I've ever tried latex is because latex is it's very tight essentially, and the way I guess it would fit on you or something like that. I'm very hairy, so I feel like my fucking body hair would just be snagged and ripped off. So I feel like it'd be very painful for me. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Yeah.
and again, PVC, I don't know entirely what it is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But me personally, like I never have. Um, kudos to the people who do because I don't know how y'all do it. That's unreal. That's incredible to me. I listen, man. Nothing but respect to y'all for that. But have you, Sony?
Yeah, I have both. Um,
She said, "Yeah."
yeah. So basically, right, so PVC, unlike natural rubber latex, is not made from the plant latex. So PVC is basically plastic material that's made from crude oil. So, which actually explains a lot. So I've done PVC in terms of like leggings before and
Mm,
a dress. And if I'm honest, I'm not really a fan because to me, this is obviously to me,
of course.
um, it made me feel really uncomfortable actually. It made me feel quite slutty. I felt too provocative. Even though I didn't dress it provocative in any way. It's just because of how PVC is like really shiny. It's like that really
Mm.
shiny. You know
Oh,
what?
okay.
It reminds me of Pretty Woman. It reminds me of Pretty Woman in a sense. And I just it didn't it, to me it didn't sit right with me. So I'm not a huge fan of PVC.
Fair enough.
Um Latex I have tried, so once again in a pair of leggings. Yes, it's a very different type of material. Yes, it is very skin tight. And if I'm honest, there's a bigger process to latex. So latex
Really?
is you can get it shiny, but it loses its shine. So you actually have to buy stuff to get it shiny again. So like the microfiber cloth. I've actually got some latex shine upstairs. I
What?
think it's like a pre something. Then you put the next stage on. Then you buff it to get the shine back. Because naturally, because yeah, it makes sense. Because if it's made from natural ingredients,
Yeah.
it starts getting it no longer becomes shiny. It becomes like a dull matte finish. You've got this white stuffy thing all over it. It doesn't look great. So naturally, you think, what the hell's going on? But
Yeah.
actually, you've got products to shine it back up again and get it to that latex look. Um,
That sounds like too
yeah, it was
much
an
work, bro.
experience.
That sounds like a lot
It,
of
it,
work.
it- to be honest,
Just to
I haven't done it,
yeah,
so
just to like like you said, if they were latex leggings, like, bro, it's like, all right, they don't have the shine on them, but it's like, oh, I really want to wear this with this outfit, bro. Now you're not even just getting dressed, getting a look together. Now you're literally
Mm-hmm.
getting dressed, getting a look together, buffering your pants, fucking doing some wax on shit. Like,
Yep.
that's a lot, bro. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and that's crazy. I never
Yeah.
knew that about latex. I didn't know that they naturally start to lose that. I never knew that. That's so wild, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, because it's like, because I had a pair. I remember when I first got them, they were like really shiny. I thought, oh yeah, it's really nice. And by the way, this is not something that I put on any of my socials before. I just tried them on and just wore them. And I remember I put them away, and then like I haven't touched them for ages. And then I came across them again. I was like, because I don't really wear leggings often.
Yeah, yeah.
And I came across, I was like, what the hell happened? And I'm like, oh my God. And then I think I ended up Googling it, and I was like, oh my God, it's actually a thing to like shine up your latex.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, it is something. It's, you know what, latex, funny enough, I didn't feel that provocative in, considering the fact that
Interesting.
it's latex. Yeah.
Which you would
It's
think a
really
lot of people would
interesting.
think that naturally. Yes, like
Yeah,
that's just
because
how it
naturally you
is.
think latex and you think, oh yeah, oh, a bit of
Yeah,
gum,
yeah.
oh,
That's like the
like,
stigma of it. Yeah,
uh,
that's
yeah, but
interesting. Wow.
actually, no. So yeah, it was an experience. It's something I don't do regularly because naturally I don't wear leggings much. But then latex dress as well. It's, if I'm honest, I don't go out enough to wear it. Like for instance, going like clubbing or barring or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't go out enough to be able to wear stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah,
So yeah, so naturally, if I'm going to be wearing it, most likely it'll just be for like promo shoots or something where it's like I'm only wearing this dress for this,
yeah.
but I'm not going to
For
go out in it,
I'm only
kind of
wearing
thing.
this for
So
like an hour, hour and a half, maybe two at most, just for
yeah,
like some sort of photo shoot or some
yeah,
sort of artist thing. Makes sense. That's true.
yeah.
So,
So yeah.
and that's the other thing too. Well, so because like again with PVC and latex, I mean, there's that difference to
Mm.
them. But I'm assuming for both of them, they're like not breathable.
Well, PVC, no. PVC, no, because naturally you feel hot, you feel sweaty.
That's the other thing I
It's
was
not the
thinking too.
nicest material.
Yeah, that's the other thing
But
I was thinking.
latex, I wasn't that bad in. Don't get me
Interesting.
wrong, I
Okay.
wasn't that bad in it. But then naturally, it's like obviously reading that the fact that it's made from natural fibers, it probably has that element of, because it's not man-made like compared to PVC. It's, yeah, it could be something. I don't know. I need to research more into it if I'm honest, because I've never been asked that question. No one's ever really. I've never really discussed latex like that on a
Yeah, no,
level. So
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Interesting.
something I feel like I need to research on. But when I did wear the latex pair, it's not like I sweated my guts off compared to when I wore the PVC leggings. Like not even instantly. I'll probably give it like 10 minutes. It was like, "Oh, God, yeah, I don't feel great in these." So
That's crazy.
yeah,
Wow. Okay. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
mm,
Okay then. Okay then.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
all right, guys. I mean, there's a little couple questions that we'd answer and all that. I obviously, guys, as we keep going with these questions, of course, we'll try to answer like a few more here and there. Um, we're always going to play these questions like depending how long we talk about the topic, depending how long we talk about the question, and then just not to keep it going on forever. So we do
mm-hmm.
hope that you guys enjoy these, that you guys love these questions. Please feel free to ask. I mean, of course, for the podcast, try to ask something, a little bit of more fair and appropriate, of course. But
Yeah,
if you guys would love for us to answer any pretty much not safe for work questions and stuff that obviously we're comfortable with still answering, we could do that on the Patreon.
yeah,
That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a different little thing to do. Um,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, guys, we appreciate y'all as always, man. We hope you enjoyed the questions for today. We hope y'all liked our answers and our little discussion about it. And we'll see you guys next week. So y'all take care, guys, as always. Have a good one.